Today the Corolla sounds a little bit off. It's broken right ahead of that flange. So I think the easiest thing to do is just take this whole muffler off and we can work on it outside the car. Let's get it wet. And I've got these exhaust hanger pliers from Lyle. Just using some silicone spray. And here's what that flange looks like. It's all rusted out right here. And it just broke off right at the weld. Best way to cut exhaust pipe is with a Sawzall, but mine is still packed. So I'm just going to use the wheel. I'm going to have to go around the pipe to cut the whole thing. So this flange assembly is what came off of this pipe. It's already been cleaned up, and we're going to measure the inside diameter of this pipe because you want the upstream pipe going into the inside of the downstream pipe. Inside diameter is 2 inches. Let's go check out the outside diameter on the car. Okay, we're under the car again. Let's measure that outside diameter of the pipe. Looks like we're about 2 1/8 of an inch right there. All right, I went to Advanced Auto and I got a pair of clamps and an adapter. Spent less than $20. Now this adapter has a 2-inch outside diameter. That's gonna go on the inside of this downstream pipe. And then it's got a 2 1/8 inside diameter, and that's going to go on the upstream pipe. Let's check it out. And it will, but we're just going to have to clean it up just a little bit more to get this thing on there. It's looking pretty shiny up there. Up here you've got some fuel lines, brake lines, and other things that you don't want to cut. So when you're doing this, make sure you look around and know that you're safe and clear of those things. You don't want any leaks. So there's the upstream pipe, really scaly, a lot of rust, and just that wire wheel. Got it smoothed up pretty good. Now it's not perfect, but I think it's good enough. This is sort of the at-home do-it-yourselfer way to fix your exhaust, especially if you're putting it back together. You can weld this. There's not a lot of metal left on here. So I think this is going to be a good repair. Should last a good long time. You can buy this in stainless steel, but it's a much more expensive repair. That's on there good. Let's go ahead and clamp this up. I want to do this first before I add the muffler because this is going to be the hardest to get to. When you tighten up a U-bolt like this, make sure you do it a little bit of time on each side. That'll keep it good and even. Now it's going to be more inconvenient to tighten these nuts when I turn this clamp, but that's the way you want it because these bolts, if they're hanging down, they can catch on things as you're driving and you can damage your exhaust. Now I can't reach back here with a ratchet in a socket, so I'm just going to use this ratcheting wrench. There's very little clearance between that heat shield and this exhaust pipe. That's not going anywhere. Just some more of that silicone that we used before. We've already test fitted the adapter and this pipe, so it should just fall right in. Put a little bit of that cheater fluid in there, some of that silicone spray, and it seems to be helping a little bit. All right, looks like we wiggled it on just enough. I'm going to put it back on the hangers again. All right, that one's in, and here's the one at the rear. Pushes on pretty easy, but without those pliers, taking it off, bit of a challenge. All right, I'm happy with that. Let's get a clamp on it. Let's have a look at our beautiful repair job. DIY, under $20. Not bad. Obviously, the most important part is how does it sound? Let's check it out. Well, I'm happy with that, especially because I was able to do it at home with just a couple of hand tools and a way to cut metal. Now, if you want to see the tools that I recommend, they're in my Amazon tool store, which is right over there. Give that a click and I'll see you there.